If you follow the pressure on your door sticker, you are destroying your tires on purpose. Manufacturers are lying to you about that number to cover their own backs, and today I'm going to show you the mechanics math that proves why 32 PSI is actually dangerous. Section 1. The door sticker myth. That door jam sticker is quietly putting your car at risk every single day. The pressure printed there isn't optimized for safety in normal driving. It's calculated for a worst-case scenario. Fully loaded vehicle, maximum passengers, heavy cargo, sustained highway speeds. That number exists to protect the manufacturer from liability, not to protect your tires from long-term damage. Here's the danger nobody explains. When you run that low pressure in a lightly loaded car, the tire sidewalls flex far more than they're designed to. Not enough to fail instantly, enough to create invisible sidewall fatigue. Every mile bends the internal structure back and forth, weakening it from the inside. This is the silent killer of modern tires. No warning lights, no noise, no vibration. Just a slow-motion blowout forming over thousands of miles. While the tire looks fine, its internal strength is quietly being destroyed. That's what makes this so dangerous. You're driving on it right now without knowing. Section 2. Why your tires wear out on the edges. A tire is designed to hold a very specific shape when it's rolling under load. When pressure is too low for the weight it's carrying, that shape collapses slightly with every rotation. The sidewalls bend inward, then spring back out. That constant flex creates heat, stress, and uneven force across the tread. Over thousands of miles, that deformation becomes permanent wear. The key problem is consistency. Every mile driven with incorrect pressure compounds the damage. Even perfect rotations won't save the tire, because the same sections of tread are still doing more work than others. This is why tires can look visually fine for months and then suddenly fail inspection. The damage doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly, quietly, and invisibly. By the time the edges reach the wear bars, the tire has already lost most of its usable life. Pressure mismatch doesn't just shorten lifespan, it wastes the strongest part of the tire entirely. Section 3. Where real tire pressure actually comes from. Here's the part almost nobody tells you. Tire engineers and car manufacturers are not working toward the same goal. When you look at the sidewall of a tire and see markings like max load at 44 PSI or max pressure 51 PSI cold, that information comes from the people who actually designed the tire. Their job is to make the tire hold its shape, wear evenly, and survive long-term stress. Car manufacturers, on the other hand, choose door sticker pressures based on liability, comfort, and worst-case assumptions. They plan for a fully loaded vehicle, soft ride quality, and the reality that most drivers never check pressure at all. Tire engineers know that running too far below a tire's optimal range creates excess sidewall flex and internal fatigue. Car manufacturers accept that risk to keep the ride smooth and complaints low. That disagreement is the gap where tires die early. One side designs for physics, the other designs for lawsuits and comfort. Your tires pay the price. Section 4. Fuel economy, handling and braking control. Tire pressure directly affects how your car moves, turns, and stops. When pressure is too low, the tire deforms as it rolls. That deformation wastes energy as heat, which increases rolling resistance. The engine has to work harder just to keep the car moving. Proper pressure reduces that loss, allowing the tire to roll more efficiently. That's why fuel economy improves when pressure is corrected. Handling changes as well. A properly inflated tire has a stiffer structure, which sharpens steering response and reduces vague or delayed turn-in. The car feels more planted and predictable, especially during lane changes or highway curves. Braking performance improves too. Underinflated tires flex and squirm under hard braking, reducing grip. Correct pressure keeps the contact patch stable, allowing the rubber to bite into the road instead of folding. The difference may only be a few feet, but in an emergency, that distance matters. Section 5. The TPMS myth and temperature effects. Waiting for the TPMS light is like waiting for your engine to seize before checking the oil. That system is not designed to keep your tires healthy. It's designed to warn you when pressure is dangerously low. In most vehicles, the light doesn't turn on until pressure drops about 25% below the door sticker number. If the sticker says 32 pounds per square inch, the warning may not appear until you're near 24. At that point, the tire has been flexing excessively for weeks. Temperature makes this worse. Tire pressure drops roughly 1 PSI for every 10 degrees. Temperature decrease. A tire set correctly in warm weather can become significantly underinflated when winter arrives. Because this change happens gradually, drivers don't feel it immediately. The tire just wears faster and handles worse without obvious warning. TPMS is an emergency alert, not a maintenance system. Relying on it alone guarantees you'll run your tires too low most of the time. Section 6. How to find your real optimal pressure. Finding the right pressure isn't complicated, but it does require intention. Start with the door sticker number as a baseline, then add 6 PSI. Drive normally for 2 to 3 weeks. After that, inspect the tread across the full width of the tire. You're looking for even wear, not perfection. If the outer edges are wearing faster, the pressure is still too low. Add 2 PSI. If the center is wearing faster, drop 2 PSI. Always check pressure when the tires are cold, ideally first thing in the morning before driving. Heat from driving increases pressure and gives false readings. Use a quality digital gauge, not gas station equipment. Track fuel economy and steering feel during this process. Most drivers end up between 36 and 42 pounds per square inch. That range usually delivers the best balance of tire life, efficiency, and control for everyday driving. Section 7. The real takeaway. The pressure number on your door jamb isn't wrong, but it's misunderstood. It's a minimum safety value designed for worst-case loading, not a precision setting for daily driving. When you run that number in a lightly loaded car, you're often underinflating the tire relative to how it's actually being used. That single misunderstanding shortens tire life, hurts fuel economy, and degrades handling without any warning. Proper tire pressure is one of the few adjustments that improve safety, performance, and cost at the same time. When pressure matches real-world load, tires wear evenly, braking becomes more stable, and the car feels more controlled. The ride may be slightly firmer, but the trade-off is worth it for most drivers. Tire pressure isn't guesswork or superstition. It's basic physics. Once you understand that, the door sticker stops being a rule and becomes what it always was, a baseline, not the finish line. If you want to stop guessing and start diagnosing your car like a pro, hit subscribe. I've got a video coming up next that will save you another trip to the mechanic.